What's up, y'all? Dave Money, American Lambs. This is my review of Lost Tapes 2. Let's do it. First of all, I will be reading notes because the album's fresh and I didn't want to miss anything. But I'll be playing the songs on the low as I read and kick it with y'all. I suggest you listen in one window while you got me in another window on your computer. Anyway, let's do it. First song, No Bad Energy. My first thoughts, I felt like it's perfect. It's a perfect song if you're a real Nas fan. I like the eerie, angelic beat. Sounds like fairy-like creatures singing over an understated bass line. The type of beat that could last forever. Some beats are kind of like melodic, airy, fairy, and you could just imagine them playing forever. Like I said, that kind of choir, fairy, otherworldly. Anyway, so that's the beat. So the beat sets the perfect stage for him to come on and immediately address the skeptics. He's saying they don't matter to him. He's oblivious to what they think. And he's referencing a lot of the classy old guy talk we like. We like when he's talking about bellhops and limousines and people hopping out of fly cars. So he does some of that in this song. Now, in the second verse, he has a part that reminds me of like Smooth the Hustler, oddly enough. I don't know if that was intentional or if it just happened, just coincidentally. But you remember Smooth, the bop chopper, the bop bopper, the bop bopper. So Nas had this cool, setup where it's like the matinee watcher, the good weather on a Saturday afternoon shopper, good gift copper, still miss Big Papa. Damn, I butchered that. Trust me, when he did it, it sounded good. So, No Bad Energy, perfect way to start the album. All right? That airy beat with the understated bass line. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, listen as I break it down, So, they got me stuck on the commercial, but let me get into it. Vernon Family, right? The song opens with Nas reminiscing about his success in 9-6. Let me skip this commercial. It's bing, boom. Let me tell you this. It reminds me, I just want you to know, boom, boom. Can't think of the artist. I just want you to know, boom, boom. The song reminds me of that, right? So I said he's talking like it's 9-6. Then he moves on to talking about women and, people from around the way and his success and feelings from back in the day. The lyrics are decent, but this song does sound mismatched, meaning like y'all all know how Nas has the around the way flows. I've never heard that sort of flow on this sort of beat. It doesn't match to me, but it doesn't sound terrible. Yeah, like I said, both the flow and the beat are both fast paced. I'm not a fan of the song. I'm not a fan of that sort of content on this type of beat. What's next? So that's Vernon Family. We got No Bad Energy. We got Vernon Family. Then we got everybody's new favorite. I know a lot of people like Jero. People been asking me about it. I like it too. And let me tell you, when I first heard it, I was smiling. It lifted my spirits. I was like, damn, that boy is at it again. You feel me? Let me read what I wrote. It made me smile. Then it made me literally laugh. So I was walking to a store today and I'm laughing, right? I'm like, damn, look at Nas always trying something, man. He's got like the guts to try this crazy stuff. Like, who would expect somebody to use this song, and rap to it in the cadence and pattern he was rapping? It was just different and it worked. You know what I'm saying? He tries things like, if you think of The Making of a Perfect Bitch or Rewind or when the song when he was born, from, conception to birth. This is one of those. So if you like those, you'll probably like this. If you're like me, you're already familiar with this song that he's sampling. And I feel like it's kind of like a dog whistle. I feel like it's a nod to people who see eye to eye with him. It's like, yo, we like rap, but we also like this song too. Like, he knew and we all knew we were all into stuff like this. So it's like a nod to people who really on that same wavelength as him. right? Now he mentions people claim he's not adventurous, but then he goes on to say, you know, I'm taking over. You know what I'm saying? Y'all rappers are under me. He talks about his revolution, his evolution, and how people think he's washed up. So he's taking that criticism, and then he's using like this crazy song, this offbeat concept to show you like, yo, I'm above you either way. Like I could do it with original songs like this or whatever. So I think it's him showing and proving that he's always a few levels above. He's showing that he's the scientist. He's a pioneer. So needless to say, Jero is a dope one. I like it. You know what I'm saying? It's got my stamp. Next we have Lost Freestyle. Starts off slow. You know, like a high-pitched lady, you know, singing. It's slow, it's mellow. Then it picks up with some piano and some drums. And these drums are beating off. You know when they beat the whole set of drums? I wonder if I really sound like the beat. Anyway, that's Lost Freestyle, and I said Nas is talking about all sorts of stuff. I feel like the flow and content go perfectly with the beat. The drums are sounding off like somebody's playing a full set, and Nas is just playing with the lyrics over top of it. Just, you know, dropping those Nas rhyme patterns, and I think it's perfect. Let me think again. Those drums remind me of Rick Ross on Lord Knows, when he be every day the hammer, would he say something like anime, and then the beats be. That's what it reminds me of. Lost Freestyle, I think it's a perfect song. I like it. Stamp it. Next we have Tenasia. My first impression, well, my second impression, because I had it in the headphone, and I felt like Nas should have calmed down a little bit. Felt like he was coming very kind of aggressive. I won't say too aggressive, but it was just a little too much for me. He gives us the big talk. He does some of that mature flossing where he's mentioning like velvet ropes and Amalfi Coast and you know, those worldly references. Decent lyrics, good song. But I just felt like he came a little hard on it, like he barked on the track. And the hook was a bit repetitive to me. It's laid over top of this like Far East beat. Something I can imagine Tragedy and Nori on, right? Tragedy Gaddafi and Nori. It's not bad. I just wanted something different from Nas. I think I wanted something cooler, something smoother. On the last verse, he's like, you know, we fresh out of the Met Gala. You know, he just bust on like, you know, the way Nas does. And I'm like, damn, this verse would be dope between a Nori and Capone verse. You know, so this is where it takes me with them Far East beats and Nori talking all reckless. You know, if you had Nori, then Nas dropping one of these verses, and then like Pone with the raspy, I would have liked Tenasia more. But this is not a CNN song, so you might like it. All right, let's see. It's a good song, it's just not my type of song. Royalty. Oh man, Royalty. Like, this is gonna be my favorite, yo. Royalty, man. The first thing I wrote is sick. I just wrote the word sick, man. The beat has that kind of reverse sound. You know, it's giving me chills. You know, when they spin the instruments around and it sounds like an accordion or something eerie from a carnival. You know, that kind of thing. So that's what's happening on Royalty. And then there's a girl singing, you know, the high-pitched voice. It's perfect, right? Then Nas just falls into the verse, and that kind of understated, low-key Nas, where you don't know if he high or what, and the voice is like more, you know, more raspy and perfect. What people don't realize is Nas is very intentional. He uses his voice like it's like the last instrument. You know what I'm saying? And they don't give him credit for it. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's get to like the lyrical content. He makes these crazy references. Like, he's referencing everyday stuff, but he does it in a way that's atypical. You know what I'm saying? And it makes it sound crazy, like the way, you know, with his cadence and his word selection. it makes it sound like almost like a foreign language sometimes, how he groups words, strings words together. And you don't know what he's saying, but it's damn cool. So Royalty is that sort of song for me. All right. He has one part where he say, "How this dude rich? He snuck here with no citizenship." So he play with that balance too, and that's kind of like a poke at like how we think sometimes. Like sometimes we have like destructive thoughts, jealous thoughts, and he kind of weaves that into the flow. And then there's always the redeeming quality, like how this dude rich? He snuck here with no citizenship, and then he brings it back like boom, like you gotta check yourself. So he does that. It makes me think of the old joint with him and Nori, Calm Down. You hate to hear the drama, but drama's all we know. We laugh with this rich cat. When he leave, we switch back. Somebody asks how he get that with his bitch ass, right? So he try to plays with that balance and that kind of introspection. So that's Royalty, man. Sounds like he's high or running out of wind, kind of like on Suspect niggas at the end when he's like, "Born is my life, so I live by my word." You know what I'm saying? Spread my name to deacons, politicians while they speaking. That's Royalty. I think it's perfect. Let me know what you think. After Royalty, you got Who Are You? You got Who Are You, right? Now he's addressing people who kind of have, let's say, textbook, typical American success. But you're a black man in a white world, and he feels like some people get ahead of themselves and become too critical of those they have advanced past. The people they came up with, the kinfolk, the black folk. Whoever your people are. People have success, and sometimes they point a finger like you should be doing better. And Nas's attitude is like, yeah, we could be doing better, but who the hell are you to speak on that? You know what I'm saying? And he's saying like, yeah, you look at us like we are still here, but hey, I got pride too. And he kind of mentions, or not kind of mentions, he literally mentions some historic figures who played like real roles in the black struggle, the civil rights struggle, the conscious movement. He's saying, I feel like them regardless of what you think of me. Now, I got to be honest, Who Are You? First couple times I heard it, I was like, I could hear other people liking it because of it's mellow and the message is definitely right. But it wasn't for me. But I was in the bathroom shaving, a little earlier, and it was playing in the other room, and I could hear it faintly. And I'm like, you know what? As like some background music, I could see myself fooling with this. So some songs are different. Some songs are like, yo, this is a song I will Google and listen to on repeat. And other songs are like, damn, that's perfect to hear, in the background. Your boy Scoop You, and he got that playing low, and y'all ride out in the Act Legend. You know what I'm saying? Peace, Bar. All right, let's break down adult film. Immediately I'm thinking like, so it's got some keys going on. It's got some singing. I think it's Swiss. Life begins right now. Life begins right now. Life begins right now. So it's got me in the mind of like something that could be like a mega international hit, right? But it's got one of them like, strange beats where, again, like one of them beats that goes on forever and ever. Cause Swiss is like, hey, life begins right now. Life begins right now. Anyway, let me read what I actually wrote. So it's another unexpected beat. A beat that could play forever. The drums are busy, but they have purpose. It's like they're escorting you to a destination as Swiss Swing sings over it. Life begins right now. The repetition is perfect in this context. You know what I'm saying? It's good. And then Nas plays with ideas of love, companionship, misogyny, voyeurism, right? So it's called adult film. So the object of his affection would be the star in his adult film. It's a good song. I like it. I could see this being one of my favorites. Life begins right now. Life begins right now. Life begins right now. Hey. They hit me with a commercial. And please do subscribe if you like this sort of thing. Please subscrizzle. Where we at next? War Against Love. Okay, War Against Love, man. The beat, perfectly jazzy for Nas. He jumps on painting a picture of a worldwide war on love. He's talking about foul lawyers, plans of killing off, I think, the poor and the disenfranchised. Um, he's doing this kind of interchangeable thing where he's talking about a war on us. He's talking about a war on love. So I assume that we are love. And maybe I'm reading into it too deep. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it, but that's kind of how it felt. And he makes like some historical references, some ancestral references. So he's talking about the war, and I guess he's talking about the strength, in a way. There's even a part where he breaks into this kind of southern inspired flow. It works. It's real laid back. If you like him when he's in that kind of conscious zone, you'll probably like this. War Against Love. All right. Then he had one called The Art of It. And the beat immediately struck me. It sounded something like a Naughty by Nature type sample. You remember? Dun, 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 dun. So I'm not saying it sounds just like a sample, but kind of like the instruments. Similar instruments. Anyway, The Art of It. What did I write? He talks about bossing up and understanding the power he has. For instance, he talks about how $50,000 used to be a big deal, but now it's not, because he has elevated beyond that. He talks about how he could be a music executive calling the shots. He ends the song on a note like, yo, there's more to come. All right. It's a decent song. I didn't go crazy for it, but it's a decent song. I guess it's another, this one would also be background music for me, but definitely it'd probably be like somebody's favorite. Let's see. Highly Favored. Now, this joint sounds like old school jazz, but also like Eastern influence, because there's some kind of wind instrument they playing where they hold the note like real long. It's like a woodwind. So it's like Far East and old jazz. It's kind of eerie. Highly Favored. It made me think of Tanasia, but like a better version of Tanasia to me. It's perfect. You know what I'm saying? And he's got a line about people. He said, you got to watch how you joke because people mistake jokes for disrespect. And I feel that because I'm always talking about respect in my life. But I'm not going to quote too much of the lyrics. It's just Nas with a Nas flow. Highly Favored, a better Tanasia, in my opinion. Let's see. Peace to all. Queen's Wolf. Another theme, man. Another heavy theme. Nas being a scientist, being experimental. Again, if you like the joint where he was born, any of his thematic songs, you would like this. Queen's Wolf is pretty much, it's a metaphor, right? So the same way, how he talked about like Project Window, where the streets are calling you. So it's that same theme, but now he's comparing it to the streets calling a regular guy out to be a thug or, a street dude or whatever he's going to develop into. He speaks of it in the same way the moon, caused the man to become the werewolf. So I thought it was pretty dope. It's creative. It's him taking chances, and he's showing that certain skill that everybody don't have. Like, you listen to albums, a lot of people try to do heavy themes and they don't know how to let up. Like when you do themes, some of it has to be suggestive. You can't like overdo your theme. If you're doing a story, you can't overdo your story. Some of it is got like you suggest the story, you suggest the theme, and then you just go on with your flow. And the listener will create the rest. So I think he does a perfect job, especially with a theme as spooky as like werewolves. He could have overdone this if he didn't know what he was doing. But he's Nas and he knows what he's doing. All right. Now there's a song called "It Never Ends." All right. How much time? All right. "It Never Ends," man. It's him paying respect to Big / throwback / overcoming the opinions of people who are still in the hood. It didn't grab me. I just thought I'd mention that since it's a review. It didn't grab me, but I could, again, easily see this one being, somebody's favorite song, not mine. Let me see if I can listen to it a little bit. It's moving slow. It's kind of drabby, kind of dreary for me. Okay. So that's "It Never Ends." Shout to Big. Y'all let me know. "You mean the world to me. And girl, you mean the world to me. And girl, you mean the world to me." I think I mentioned repetition earlier. Sometimes it works. Like on Tenasia, I feel like that hook was repetitive and I didn't like it. I feel like the repetition on the joint with Swiss is perfect. And then again on this one, I feel like it's perfect. "A girl, you mean the world to me. A girl, you mean the world." It sounds like an old school DJ made this beat. So it's got that "girl, you mean the world to me," looping. And then like I guess these are like keys, and the keys are like soft, kind of lullaby type. "You mean the world to me." But anyway, the theme or the lyrical content is Nas scooped the girl while, her man was slipping. And he hits it off with her. And but then he's kind of suggesting that her mind ain't right. If she, could slip off with you, that brings the whole relationship into question. So it's not really a blessed union, anybody you met that way. And he plays with other themes too. Like one is like colorism. So he's good at having like one theme and then like a little sub theme, like boom, I'm Nas, I just weave that in there. So yeah, he's talking about connecting with a woman, her kind of hatred for her son, or it's crazy. "You mean the world to me." I think it's a perfect song. That's my opinion. Now, let's talk about Queensbridge politics. Oh, we got to get through this commercial first. I tell you like this. How much time? Queensbridge politics. Not a favorite. Not sure if it'll ever be a favorite. But what I like is it's a shout to Prodigy. I guess Nas felt like he wanted to clear the air. He mentions like, "Hey, we should have gotten some things straight before you dropped that book." He's letting the world know that Prodigy is his man's, so mad respect. And then he references some other stuff in there that I can't remember. Some stuff that not dealing with Prodigy, but it's basically shout to Prodigy and just letting everybody know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Queens, baby. Bandana P. And the beat is real minimal too. Like I hear like some boom bap drums and like some basic keys. Nothing like overproduced. It's just a basic beat, boom bap with some lyrics about somebody he care about. Beautiful Life. Let's see. Beautiful Life. What did I think about Beautiful Life? First of all, it takes a while for the lyrics to start. Like he just rides on this beat. And I think the beat is crazy. Like check this out. Some beats sound like 1980s Nintendo's Zelda guitars. You know what I mean? So it's got that's those sort of like Nintendo guitars going on, and the beat is just rocking for a while, just setting the stage, and then Nas just jumps on with that excited energy, and I feel like the excitement makes sense, not like the other joint where I said I guess Vernon Family. This is different. I felt like it was perfect for what he was talking about, and he gets into the again the introspective stuff, and he's talking about like Khalees and I guess mothers who use the children as pawns or use them in the wrong way. Um, it's perfect, man. He talks about tax problems, investments, and paints a picture of the ups and downs and how we still overcome, or how he overcomes, eventually. He tries to be fair. He tries to show like the vulnerability, and it's good Nas. I think this song is also perfect. Um, I mean that's the entire Lost Tapes too. I think I call a few of these songs perfect, and I think there were a few that I didn't really care for, but I don't think any of this is garbage. I think if you like Nas and you've been kind of waiting for an old Nas, I think this might do it for you. I don't think it's as dope as the first Lost Tapes. I want to be careful how I say that. I'll say I like the first Lost Tapes. I think more of the songs on there just grab me immediately. Or maybe not. I'd have to listen to it again. It's probably even, and I don't even want to put it against that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a good one. Lost Tapes 2. I don't know what you were looking for, but what I heard was I heard some good beats, since they said he can't pick beats. I heard some unexpected beats. I heard good lyrics. I heard a lot of throwback, a lot of reminiscing on the old Queen stuff, which Nas always does, and I think people like it. Um, and I heard two real creative ones, Queen's Wolf and Jero. I think Lost Freestyle was real dope. And what's the one I thought was like my favorite? Can't remember the name. The one I said was sick. It's sickening. Royalty. Right? So I think he delivered. I think Royalty is real strong. I think You Mean the World to Me is very strong. Adult Film, I think, is pretty strong. So Royalty, Adult Film, You Mean the World to Me. I think Beautiful Life is pretty strong. Yeah, I think there are definitely some winners on here, and then I hear he's going to do a 3 and a 4 as well. Thanks for watching. I hope this video wasn't too damn long. Please subscribe and watch the entire video. You know what I'm saying? And don't write me long comments about Nas or any other rapper or any topic if you have not watched the video. You got to watch it first, because people be trying to flame you in the comments and ain't even watched the damn thing. You got to watch it. I don't mind your opinions. We could debate and all that. You know what I'm saying? You could try to flame me, but it's got to make sense what you're saying. It's got to apply to what the video actually was. You feel me? Dave Money, American Layers. I'm out. Don't forget to sub. I'm out.